Top five, top five. What is up, home slices, and welcome back to the Sup Media Reviews YouTube channel. I'm your host, Kiera, and we are back with another episode of our top 5 video series, where I invite special guests to join me as we count down our top 5 favorites tied to a specific theme in movies, TV, music, or pop culture. This is a series all about celebrating the stuff we love, hearing different perspectives, and hopefully sparking some fun debates along the way. And of course, we want to hear your list in the comments too. Now, in honor of Women's History Month, today's theme is our top 5 women-led films. Now, these are films where women are not just supporting characters or love interests, they are the focus of the stories. The story centers around their lives, their agency, their struggles, and their wins. Because we have to be honest, even though women are 50% of the population, media has not always reflected that reality. The Bechdel test alone shows us how often women exist in films only in relation to men, rarely getting full autonomy, layered storytelling, or complex character arcs. So today we're highlighting films that got it right, or at least attempted to. These films put women and their stories at the front and center, and I'm really excited to share my picks. And I couldn't do this alone, of course, so joining me today is someone you've already seen in our top 5 Black movies episode, fellow YouTuber and film lover, CeCe Clemons. CeCe, say hi and tell the people where they can find you.
Hello, everyone. Glad to be here for obvious reasons. We're in this. We're in this. Okay. Yeah. So happy to be here. CeCe at CeCe Clemons. I do movie reactions, so that's my thing. I love movies. I love watching them. I love getting all up in them. I'm here for it.
Yes, absolutely. Y'all should definitely check out CeCe's platform. She's super funny. She makes great content. So right after you finish this video, pop over to her channel and make sure you subscribe. I'm going to have the links for you in the description box below. All right. So before we jump into our list, I want to start with a quick warm-up question. Okay? It's a zombie apocalypse. You can choose 3 female characters from any movie or TV show to be on your survival team. Who are you picking and why?
Okay, so I was struggling a little bit because I love my characters, but we think it's strategic for zombie apocalypse.
Okay.
So my 3 picks: Wonder Woman,
Oh, that's so good.
Alice from Resident Evil,
Okay.
and Avatar Kyoshi. Done. We're winning
Girl.
this. It's over. Finished. It's over. We surviving this one.
Avatar Kyoshi is crazy. I wasn't even
Right.
Yeah, that's nuts. I think all of those are great. So you said it was Avatar Kyoshi, Wonder Woman, and who was the third person?
Alice from Resident Evil.
Okay, yes. Okay, so you are fighting.
Yeah. Oh, girl. What? That's what it is. We gotta take them out. Alice is gonna help us find that because she's immune. She's gonna help us find that cure. Wonder Woman is Wonder Woman. She can fly. She can scope the area, super strength, knock him out, get the shield, boom, just done. And Avatar Kyoshi, she can lava bend, done. We already got a whole lava field surrounding us. How are they getting us? You know what I'm saying? Set them all on fire at the same time. You know, they're just like, that's just survival, but then we got it okay, we don't want to live this way forever, so that's where Alice can come in and help us get some sort of, antidote to a cure for this apocalypse that's going on right now. Well, yeah.
I was not thinking cure-wise, but that is a very good list. And my list is so different.
I love that. Let's go.
I actually changed one of my picks because she's not fictional. Okay. And I was like, oh snap, she's not fictional. Matter. I should probably pick somebody else. But for me, I got Lara Croft. Tomb Raider.
That's good.
I also got Celie from The Color Purple because Celie can farm. Cook, homemade, that type of stuff.
I didn't think about that. How we gonna eat?
Yes.
Wow, I did not think about that.
And then when you said Kiyoshi, I was like, dang. So I initially I was like maybe Martha Stewart, but she's totally not fictional, a real human being. And I already have someone to cook. So I would probably say Toph. I think she would be.
Look. I don't know if you can see it.
Yes,
we
I
in
can.
It.
Yes.
We in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was my first thought, but I was like, we gotta factor in the other elements to really help survive this. But Toph was that was my immediate first thought. But yeah, what are your reasons for that one? For her?
Yeah, I mean, Toph is tough, and I think with her ability to earthbend, that would give us the best defense around the edges. So we could, like you said, whether it's a moat or whether it's just building us up high enough where, they can't come and get us. Also, she, can fight, and she's fun and kind of a badass.
She can tell when people are coming from miles away. That's what I thought about too.
So 2 defensive people and then one where we're like, girl, we gotta eat,
Toph alone could take them out. She can just feel where they at, create a little a sphere kind of thing from the ground, just get them in the head. The brain is damaged. It's over. I go to violence. So
no, I mean it's a zombie apocalypse. You have to. There's no soft version of a zombie apocalypse. Look, as long as they not the World War Z zombies,
ooh,
we'll be all right.
Don't want any smoke with them.
Yes. Exactly. Okay, cool. Those were some great answers. I love that. So let's dive in, y'all. We're going to start off by talking about our criteria. I think it's really fun and interesting to learn how people approach making their top 5 lists, because I think it says a lot about what you value and what your taste is in movies. So CeCe, when you were building your list, what was your approach? What were the themes that you thought were important in picking your top
5? My approach was, because they already by default fall within my top 5, top 10, just films period. So I just went there and I go to what I've rewatched the most.
Okay.
What I go comfort movies I keep going back to, keep coming back and back and back and back over and over and over again. And ones that's had a significant impact on me as a woman, going as young as when I was a little girl, when I watched one of these movies that's on the list that we'll talk about later. But yeah, ones that's had a big impact on me as a girl or as a woman, and that I find comfort in and continuously rewatch. So, yeah, that was my approach with it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I think for me, my criteria is that I wanted stories that, of course, truly centered women and that their characters felt layered and intentional. I also thought about cultural and personal impact, which a lot of times includes relatability, how much I could relate to the character. Rewatchability was also a factor for me. And I also tried to purposely not pick my comfort movies, the ones that I have already mentioned, because I think I mentioned soul food in literally every top 5 episode that I had so far. So I was
I mean,
let me not pick soul food this time around. So I tried to do a little diversification, at least a little bit. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Well, let's go ahead and get into it. We are going to reveal our list one spot at a time. So we'll each share our number 5, our number 4, so on and so forth until we get to number 1. Okay? We good? You ready?
Okay. Let's do it.
Good. All right, CeCe, kick us off with your number 5 pick.
We'll start with Captain Marvel.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Big deal for Marvel. That was the first. That was the first Marvel film, if I'm not mistaken, where it was a female lead as as the character superhero, the main character in that film. They definitely hyped it up before. What was Avengers? One of the Avengers movie. I was tweaking. I was excited. I don't even know who this is. And because I'm not a comic book reader, but I just love watching movies and I love comic films and the shows. So I was already excited with that, and I wouldn't. I was already excited, but I didn't expect to enjoy it and love it as much as I did. One, I just love Carol Danvers as a character. I know Brie Larson got a lot of hate with like some of her comments and stuff she's made. Outside of the film and but I just it didn't change my opinion on her at all. I still love the movie. I love her sense of humor. A lot of people couldn't pick up on it. Her dry sense of humor and sarcasm. It worked very well for me. There was parts I'm laughing at parts that people are crying. I'm like, that's funny. Like, you just missed it. Why are you not laughing? What's going on? And her having her best friend being a black woman. I always love that. I love a melting pot. I love diversity. I've always been drawn to that. I need that.
Yeah.
And the music, it was set in the 90s, so the 90s aesthetic and music. I love music. I love soundtracks and films. Music is my thing. So hearing that being set in the 90s was just pure nostalgia, and it just made me smile. Like every time I watch it, I just like cuddle up, like snuggle up, and just start smiling. I'm about to hear some 90s music. I'm about to see her beat up bad guys and stuff and fight and things and try to regain her memory and figure out who she is. Figure out what her real power is, how they tried to suppress her powers. So definitely it's something that you can relate to. Like, okay, that's something that kind of happens in real life over here. A lot of relatability there, and it's just fun. It's just a fun movie, and no matter what people try to say about it, oh, she's the worst or it's like no, that's my favorite Marvel movie. It was others, but I'm thinking that's the one I always go back to. That's the one I always revisit, and that's the one I've revisited the most consistently. So, yeah, that's why that's my pick starting out.
I think that's a great pick. I also am not a comic book reader, and a lot, I think it was the post-credit scene after Infinity War.
One of them Avengers. One of them things.
It was Infinity War. It was a post-credit scene that showed that
Nick
Fury called someone before he got turned ashes to ashes. And we were all like, what's happening? Who is this? What's going on? And they were like,
why would he call them?
Yeah. We're like,
before he died?
Marvel. Yes.
Yeah.
It's like Captain Marvel. I'm like, who? Excuse me? So, we're getting introduced to a new character. To my understanding, this character is traditionally male in the comics, I think. So, I just think it's great. I mean, the whole plot about like, oh, your emotions make you weak, that you need to fight without them, and then her finding strength in the emotions. And I mean, I feel like they did it in a way that was like a little corny, but we got there, and we understood that like being in touch with your emotions is a strength.
Yes.
And the woman that influenced her, was a woman. Her friend has a younger daughter, and so we have this whole kind of lineage of these different women. So I really enjoyed it as well. It is highly rewatchable for me too, because I mean the Infinity War stuff. There's so many characters. There's so much stuff going on. Like, it's nice to just have one person to focus on.
Yeah, like the Avengers, those are great, but they're not very rewatchable for me personally. Like you said, it's focused on one person. one bite at a time.
Agreed.
But yeah.
Agreed. Yeah. I think that's an excellent pick. I might rewatch that soon because I do have a similar feeling of like I can snuggle up and watch it and just kind of chill.
Just escape for a little bit.
Yeah, I'm into that. Nice. Okay, cool.
Thanks.
So let's talk about my number 5. I selected Mean Girls from 2004.
Ooh. My sister, my baby sister, is gonna love you for that.
Yeah, I mean, Mean Girls is a super smart comedy about teen girlhood, and it is iconic, basically. Tina Fey wrote and starred in the movie, but not in the obnoxious way that some men like to star in their own movies. But the movie is it's hilarious, it's quotable, but underneath the jokes it has like a really good message, right? Like about how it's easy to become the very thing that you claim to hate. And so Katie is like, she's infiltrating the plastics and she's dismantling them, but she ends up transforming into Regina 2.0. And it's like, the whole you either die a hero or live long enough to become the villain. And so the story is about accepting yourself, accepting other people for who they really are, and being okay with that, and like finding your people. And I think that's a really smart thing for young women to grow up learning. So even with all the funniness, there is an underlying story or message that I think is really good. And beyond the funniness and the satire, to me personally, it means a lot. Me and my 2 of my younger sisters were at our grandma's house. Everyone else had like went out to do something and we were just chilling. And Mean Girls comes on. None of us have ever seen it before. And we watch it and we're crying, laughing. And it's something that like unites us today. We still quote it all the time with each other. So, and they'll actually be joining me soon to do a review like in a few weeks. So be on the lookout for that. So yeah, this movie has like cultural significance as well as personal significance. So I just love Mean Girls.
That's a great pick. Yeah. You Can't Sit With Us, and then Wednesdays We're Pink.
Yeah.
What was the date? I forgot the date. It's whatever the date was where the dude asked her the question.
Oh, when he September.
Oh, my sister's been quoting that crazy.
Oh my
I forgot.
Gosh, I can't remember the date.
But you know the moment. But you know the moment.
I know
right?
what you're talking
That's all
about.
that matters. That's all that matters.
Yes.
So yeah, very, very, very great pick there.
Yes.
That's a great
movie. You have to stop trying to make fetch happen. It's not a
period. Yeah, like when you mentioned find your people. That's very important. Like don't try to fit in and be like someone else just that's to fit in or be popular. Just be you, like, and find your people like you. Be patient. It may not happen immediately, but over time you'll find your people.
Exactly. And I love that message. Okay, cool. Well, those were our number 5. So let's move on to number 4. I'll kick us off with the number 4. I chose Mulan from 1998. Now, Mulan is one of the more radical Disney heroines that we get. Okay, she's one of the only Disney princesses of color. She's not a princess in the traditional sense, but I think we still put her in the same kind of category as the others. But she wasn't waiting for anybody to rescue her. She is not going out with the intention of finding a romantic partner. She's trying to save her father and ends up saving the whole country. And she does it by being smart, strategic, resilient. And in this world where the only way that she can bring her family honor is by marrying well, Mulan decided to make her own path and ended up succeeding in doing both, which is very interesting. She defeated the Huns and, protected the country, but then she also found a man who likes her in and out of drag. So I think, that she fed two birds with one scone, as they say. Now, and I feel like the movie also never loses its humor and heart. We have freaking Mushu, which is freaking hilarious and helps make the movie. It has great music. The message is powerful. And I think for a young girl who was, I think I was like 7 at the time that it came out, it was really nice to see a heroine whose duty and mission was to save others instead of waiting around to be saved. So I really love this movie, and it's like it had to be on my list.
That is a great pick. I didn't think about. I love Mulan. It wasn't in my head initially when I was coming up with the list, but that is a really great pick. I've rewatched that as a kid. I've watched that so many times.
Exactly.
Yeah, strength, like you said, in drag, pretend to be a man, being strong, and then like in the end, it's like, hey, like it's a powerful message. Like, okay, you can still like follow your own path and still find love and be cool with that too. It's not like, oh, we hate men and no, you shouldn't have a man. Like that's not the message at all. It's a very great movie, powerful message, and hilarious. Mushu, amazing. Yeah.
Yes.
Eddie Murphy. Come on.
He have no business being in a movie in China.
Right.
But
It worked.
I mean, he helped. It did work. It did. I feel like I'm one of the only people who low-key prefers Mushu to Donkey when it comes to like Eddie Murphy voice characters.
I mean, Donkey low-key kind of high-key annoying sometimes. So
Yeah.
I mean, Mushu in a way, but I don't know. I can see that. Yeah. He just played Donkey. Donkey is probably he's more known for that one.
Yeah. And they
in the
have
Shrek
more
franchise.
movies. Yeah.
But yeah, that's a classic one.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Tell us about your number 4.
My number 4, I'm going to say Mad Max Fury Road.
Okay, I haven't seen this one.
Oh, girl, what are you doing with your life? No. Okay, so I want you. That's something I feel like you should watch. So I'm not gonna like spoil things, but
Okay.
yeah, and some people may think she's not considered the main character, but she is.
Okay.
Tom Hardy, I forgot the name of his character. He plays a big part in the movie, but the journey it really follows Furiosa, which is the character played by Charlize Theron.
Mm-hmm.
That movie, just on a visual standpoint, cinematic wise, changed it. It just changed my life. I was just looking at this like, this is crazy. This is so cool. The setting of it, it's like a stranded like desert type of setting, and then it's these like machine chases, like huge trucks and machines, like just driving down this stranded desert and chasing after people, killing. Not even they're people, but they're not at the same time. If you watch it, you know what I'm talking about. And it follows Furiosa and Tom Hardy's character. It follows them trying to. It's a place they're trying to escape, which actually this isn't a spoiler, but so Furiosa's character is trying to escape and free a handful of women from the control of this bad person. Okay. He's just keeping them to make babies for him and stuff. That's pretty much what it is. Yeah, and she's and Furiosa's character, she's like a kind of like a soldier type of person. She has a buzz cut. Very strong, can fight. So she doesn't play that role, but protecting them in the role that she plays, protecting like, I don't know, his kingdom, whatever it is called, she tries to free them. So it follows that journey of escaping there, if they make it to the destination, meeting Tom Hardy's character along the journey, trying to finding trust and friendship, allyship, and it's a very beautiful story. And Charlize, she did such a great job playing this role, and seeing a woman display so much strength and courage, and even I wouldn't even call it weakness, just vulnerability at certain points, to fight for the greater good, to rescue women that are being oppressed, very obviously oppressed, and used just for their bodies. It was a really great message, and it was really great to see that journey on TV. That was one movie I'm like, I am so mad I did not see this at the movie theaters. I was so upset I did not see this on the big screen, because I hadn't really heard of the movie like that. I forgot how old I was, but yeah, that's an all-timer film for me. I love that movie so much. It's so cool.
Okay, nice. So you're talking about the Charlize Theron one. What's the new one that was like a
Furiosa?
Okay, there we
Furiosa.
go. Okay.
Yeah, that's the prequel. And
okay.
And I would definitely watch. You can watch it before, but I would recommend just watching it in the order they came out, because when you watch Furiosa after watching Fury Road, we have much more of an appreciation of her journey, and it has more significance with you knowing how Fury Road ends. Yeah.
Okay.
It's
cool.
so beautiful. Yeah, I love that movie too.
I have almost no familiarity with Mad Max at all. Like even going back to the original one, which I think came out, was that 80s? Maybe before?
Yeah, outside of Fury Road and Furiosa, I don't know myself. I just know those two. Yeah.
Yeah. I know that there's an older one that came out. And I know that the video for California Love by Tupac was inspired by Mad Max.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah, so I need to get into that. I love a good, strong female lead, so I'm gonna have to look into it, and I'm gonna take your word for it, and I'll get back to you when I.
She definitely delivers. Strong female lead is delivered in Mad Max Fury Road and Furiosa.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right, I'll have to check it out. All right, cool beans. All right, CeCe, let's go ahead and move on to your number 3 pick. What do you have for number 3?
Coraline.
Okay, also haven't seen this
one. Girl. No, okay. You haven't watched every movie that I've watched that I love? That's crazy. Yeah. Don't get me started. Okay, where should I start?
Tell me a little bit about the premise. What is Coraline about?
So it's based off of a book.
Okay.
That's one of the few books that I enjoyed reading as a child. I don't like reading books. In general, I'm just made that way. Mm-hmm. I need images. Captain Underpants, me. You know, that's
okay.
That's
Graphic
my vibe.
Novel, maybe?
Absolutely. Okay. But I'm trying to find a quick. Okay, so Coraline, while exploring her new home, a girl named Coraline, voiced by Dakota Fanning, discovers a secret door behind which lies an alternate world that closely mirrors her own, but in many ways is better. She rejoices in her discovery until Other Mother and the rest of her parallel family try to keep her there forever. Coraline must use all her resources and bravery to make it back to her own family and life. That's what it's about.
This sounds like Us.
Yeah, in a way, yeah. Yes. Growing up, I was obsessed with Dakota Fanning. Anything that girl was in, let me watch it. And I love the style, was stop motion style, whatever they call of this, was just breathtaking. It was so beautiful and so cool. We've seen it before, but the way that they did it here was just so special and very significant. And the way they used the colors, the themes, the costumes, every little detail was seen and felt. Now, for Coraline, Can we curse on here?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. Coraline is the definition of fuck around, find out. Like, that is her.
Okay.
At her core. At her core, that is who this girl is.
So she's making bad decisions.
She's just trying to figure out, like, what's going on. Like,
okay.
They move in this house, and, you know, it's a really great story. But they move in this house. They're new to the area. Mom and dad are doing their thing. They're trying to get settled in, work. She's the only child. She's by herself, bored. So she's trying to find out what's going on with the house, trying to cure her boredom, ultimately. And then she finds she stumbles across this parallel universe. And it looks great. It's like the perfect version of what she has, or in her in her mind, what she thinks is the perfect version of her world, like her mom and dad, and just everyone else. And then, you know, they want to keep her there on that side forever. And the movie goes through the journey of her figuring out if that's something she wants to do, or if there's something more sinister behind that on the parallel side, and her just finding acceptance and love and understanding on where she's at in the real world, just the natural world that she's from. It's a beautiful journey. It's funny. It's one particular scene, and it's just, yeah. I would really love for you to watch this one day, and you will know what I'm talking about when you see it. It's one of the funniest things I've ever seen. Like, what? I could not believe, like, this is a children's movie? They got away with it, though.
Okay.
But yeah, seeing Coraline, a young girl, just be firm in who she is, whether if she's making a good choice or not, is finding her voice, finding what works best for her, just going through just the different trials, tribulations, and ending up, I'm trying not to spoil this here, and seeing how things like played out at the end of it with the impact that she had, not just with her, but other people, was very powerful, and it made for a great movie, but it also, just her as a character, an animated, fictional character, just made it that much more significant for me. So, yeah.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't know much about Coraline. Is it animated by the same people for like Nightmare Before Christmas?
I think so. Is it Henry Selick?
Why am I
He's
thinking? I'm thinking of somebody else's name. The same guy who did Wednesday.
That's Tim Burton. Okay, yeah, Henry Selick. He directed Coraline, and he also directed. It looks like he directed Nightmare Before Christmas.
Okay.
That's what it looks like here.
Does Tim Burton have nothing to do with Nightmare Before Christmas, and I just made that up?
No. Tim Burton, he made the story and designed the characters, but Henry Selick is the director. So that's why they look similar with structure. But yeah, Tim Burton created it ultimately, but Henry Selick is the director. Yeah.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah. It's so cool. He's great at what he does.
All right, cool. I'm gonna have to check it out. Do you know what year Coraline came out?
I think 2009.
Okay. I would have been graduating from high school, so I would have been about 18, 19. Okay. Once we get to like my late teens, early 20s, like I watch almost no cartoons, like almost no children movies.
Yeah.
So I really have to go out of my way to see them. So Coraline is one of the ones I have to check out.
That's one I would highly recommend. As I got older, I just kind of steered away from them. I still watch them, but they're not. Well, aside from GOAT, recently that I watched, a lot of animated movies, they're not like, oh my God, these are my favorites of all time. I can enjoy them and love them, but they're not usually that high on the list for me.
Yeah.
But Coraline?
Yeah, I think the only exception for me was really Princess and the Frog. It's like I for sure had to, watch that when it came out, even though I was like
Gotta support
in college and, much older.
Yeah.
So yeah.
That was a big moment. Cool. That was a big deal.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. All right, Coraline. I have to check it out. We'll see. Okay.
Yeah. I'm just thinking about
a
scene.
Okay.
My bad.
I'm gonna have to rewatch all of this and be like, okay, that's what this is what she was talking about. That's what she.
It's a piano. It's a piano segment. It just changed my brain chemistry. That's all I'll say. Like,
okay.
Oh, am I the same person right now? All right, that's enough.
I'm forever changed. Yes. Okay. All right. I'll check it out. All right. Cool.
What's
all right.
yours?
So, my number 3, Dreamgirls.
Dream girl, boy, will make you happy. Yeah.
But yeah, Dreamgirls. I love the story. It's about women reclaiming their power, and of course we have the amazing music. It's about the fame and all of the BS that comes along with it. But at its core, it's a story about 3 women whose careers and identities are shaped and controlled by a man. And he is quite abusive. And he is very manipulative. But I think the most radical thing that the story does is allow these 3 women to walk away and build lives outside of that. They actually survive and they thrive after, even if we don't get like the full picture of how that happens. We have Effie, who has this really powerful arc. She is a darker skinned plus size woman with a big voice, and she gets to have her own career and has this triumphant ending. We have Dina, who gets away from her abusive husband and finds her own voice. We have Laurel, who's free to live and love someone who's actually going to commit to her, and all of them get to have their happy ending. And the music is untouchable and unforgettable. I can rewatch this movie all the freaking time, because it's like a story about waking up and finding your voice and reclaiming your autonomy. And then there's great music in the background. It's one of the interesting things is like Dreamgirls, of course, was a play at first. And it's written by a man, I think his name is Tom Ian. And originally he had one actress or singer in mind, and then she got replaced with Jennifer Holliday, who was the original Effie in the Broadway production. But Jennifer turned it down because in the original version of the play, Effie died in the first act. Like after she got kicked out of the group, she died. And she's like, nah, I'm not having that. And so they literally rewrote the story so that Effie could have a triumphant ending instead of just dying and not...
Death.
Right. And dying and not having her own victory. And I'm like, that's so... first off, big ups to Jennifer Holliday, who, made the And I Am Telling You song what it is. And for changing the story into what it is today. But also it's like, since when does the big girl win? Or since when does this woman who is under the thumb of this controlling man come from under his control and finds her own place and can forge her own path? And so I think that's really special in Dreamgirls, and one of the reasons why I really love it. Yeah, but the outfits, amazing. The acting, fantastic. It's a great story.
Yeah, that is. I watched that a few times. Yeah, that was a great film, and just seeing a movie with a centered around Black cast, period. Mm-hmm. But 3 Black females that look more like the women you see day to day, different sizes and shapes. Mm-hmm. Very, very significant. That's a great pick.
Yeah. All right, thank you. Let's move on to our number 2 picks. I'll kick us off. My number 2 pick is Bridesmaids.
Oh, yes.
I loved Bridesmaids, and for me, this movie came out in 2011. Um, Proved something that I feel like a lot of people didn't necessarily believe to be true. I know this is hard to believe, but there are a lot of people who don't think women are funny, which I think is crazy.
Do not get me started.
I think women are the funniest people on the planet. And so when it comes to women in films, it's already hard. When it comes to women in comedies, that it's that much harder. And so I think that this movie in particular proves that women could headline a story that had some edge to it, that was chaotic, messy, and they could carry it as much as any male-led ensemble, like Hangover, right? This movie has some powerful comedians. We have Kristen Wiig, who co-wrote the movie.
I love her so much.
I love her too, with Annie Momolo. I'm not sure I'm pronouncing that correctly. We have Maya Rudolph, Rose Byrne, Melissa McCarthy, Wendy McLendon Covey, and so many other people. So it's stacked with this, comedic female talent. But what I love the most, beneath all of like the crazy stuff that happens in preparation for a wedding, because weddings and funerals bring out the worst in people, and it totally makes sense to me that there would be so much drama around the wedding. But it's about watching like your friend move into a new season of their life and like feeling left behind. And so Annie is spiraling. She just broke up with a boyfriend. Her business failed. She had to move back in with her mom. And so this movie lets this very grown woman fall apart. Like we see her as she has fallen apart and is continuing to fall apart and is trying to hold on to the one consistent thing in her life, which is her friendship with, Maya Rudolph's character. And then here comes this rich lady coming in trying to steal her spot, and she is like spiraling and really fighting to have some semblance of like normalcy when she's clearly depressed. And so we get to see her be broken and flawed and deal with those emotions and eventually enter a new season of her own life. So I think it's funny, I think it's relatable, and I think that balance is what makes the movie really special and super rewatchable. Like, I love this movie. It's great.
Bridesmaids is iconic.
It is.
You can watch it with, I have a best friend. We've watched Bridesmaids together before, and it's something you can watch with your friends. It's so funny. Kristen Wiig is my favorite SNL member.
Okay.
Yeah, that's ever existed on that show. She's my favorite, even still to this day. But yeah, Melissa McCarthy, that woman is just I love her. But it's great when you can see a movie be so hilarious and also have a great message too at the end. Like, oh, they're actually like showing us some real like depth here. Like, okay, yeah, and yeah, women not being funny. Like, stop the lies. Stop the lies. Like, what? Women aren't funny. Get out of here. What are you talking about?
Right. I mean,
trying to rage bait.
There's more to comedy than dick jokes. Like, get over yourself.
Right. Like, I don't find those funny.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's different styles, but yeah, that's a classic one.
I agree. Okay,
you make me want to watch that with my sister today.
Yeah, you totally should.
I'm trying to put her on game to some classics or stuff I grew up on liking. I think that's next on the list. Yeah.
Yeah. I agree. All right, so tell us about your number 2 pick.
Number 2 is Wonder Woman 2017 with Gal Gadot. The Gal Gadot slander will not be tolerated. I know. I see her. Okay, I hear it. But I love her, and I love Wonder Woman 2017. We're not going to talk about the other one. We don't need to worry about that one. We're going to talk about the first one from 2017. Okay? But yeah, so that was the first. That was the first. Yeah, that was DC's first live action female led film movie, right? If I'm not mistaken. So it's a big deal.
You're probably right.
Yeah, as far as like a theatrical release. So that was a big deal, and it was Wonder Woman. It's like, yeah, what have you guys been doing? Way over
exactly in 2017.
Because it's been Batman, Superman, Batman vs Superman, Batman. It's like, okay, you guys, it's time to try something different. Okay. So it was a huge deal. I grew up on Linda Carter's Wonder Woman. I've always loved the character. She's always held a special place in my heart. So I was obviously tweaking when I heard that this was coming out. Actually, in Batman vs. Superman is when she made an appearance. I cannot, I don't know if I can put into words like how ridiculous I reacted at the movie theaters when I saw that. Because I was not expecting it. And she just popped. I was like, oh my God. I'm standing up like, we got a Wonder Woman. And my family was like, yo, chill. I'm like, no, chill. I was like, y'all gonna get it. You're gonna get the real me today. No, but so I was already super excited just from that moment. And the movie is just, it's such a great movie. Like, even though Gal Gadot is not the best actress, I'm not gonna lie and act like she is. I'm not gonna do that. But the way it worked with the writing and the direction they went with the film, it worked.
I agree.
So well. It worked so well. It pulled it off.
I agree. Oh, she has an accent. Well, she's not from here.
She's from Themyscira. Does that sound like a place that someone would come from that has an American accent? No, it does not. Because that threw me off at first, too. I was like, oh, she has an accent and her eyes are, brown. And then after like 2 business seconds, I was like, oh, I'm over it. Like, that's fine. That's fine. It's different. I like it. Actually, it makes more sense the more I thought about it. But yeah, her relationship with, we got a strong female lead, but it also shows the importance of having strong male figures, with you as well. With Steve Trevor and the whole army squad. That battle scene.
That little, was he an Italian man? Was he French?
I don't know. He spoke multiple languages, but I know who you're talking about.
He is so cute to me. I was like, look at this little man.
Yeah. And then we got to see her journey from the beginning when she was a child, and the adversity she faced with her father being Zeus. Like, Zeus out here just slanging it all around out here. It's great. How many kids you got? How many kids you got? Good Lord. I done seen like several shows and movies. And I'm like, Zeus is your dad? And Zeus is, good God.
Keep it in your pants.
Right. But seeing that journey, and then her relationship, and then Themyscira being a land of just all women. It's crazy. It's like, oh, look at that. Female power. Yeah.
You saw how happy they were?
Yes. Not a single breakout, blemish, hair looking good, skin just looking refreshed, muscular. That was so important to see.
No poverty, no crime.
Yeah. Yes. Looked like a dream world. And then you had women different. Then you had different races. You had women that are black, Hispanic looking, just different. Got a multicultural thing going on there, and I love that. That's mentioned before. But and then seeing strong, like, just they get up in the gym. I'm like, whoa, okay, I see
like,
you.
We ain't got no war, but we'll be ready.
That part, ready. What? and then seeing how they were willing to like put put their life on the line and literally did and sacrificed themselves to protect their people. It was just a beautiful, just seeing just how Themyscira operated, then seeing Wonder Woman come out of that and explore, figure out who she is, which was a great choice because, we saw how that turned out in America or the world. And just that. I remember seeing like them going over her origin. I was like, this is amazing. I can't handle it. This is crazy. Wow. Yeah. And then the fighting scene. There was multiple. But with the war, what was it? D-Day or it was a scene where like they were in the middle of the war. Well, okay, before that, it was like this slow motion, like epic moment where she's like, I'm about to get in. I'm about to get that action in.
You talking about when they were like in the trenches?
Yeah, and then she got out with her shield, and like they were shooting at her. Oh my God! I was like, "What are y'all doing to me? What is this?" Just the symbolism of a woman just having all this adversity thrown at her, literally, and shot at her, and standing strong, yeeting all of them, just gone, and then getting right to the action, and they blew a bomb at her, and she like hit the wall, and when she leapt into she transitioned immediately from that and went into the window. She smashed through the window. Oh my God, that's my number one. Is it? Yeah, that's my number one favorite like fight scene ever. Like that movie was that was the first time I started going to the movies more than once for the same movie. Like I watched that 4 times, and I had to, I had to relive that scene. I had to relive it because I'm like, yeah, there ain't no way y'all about to just play that in my face and think I'm not about to watch it again. Ain't no way. But yeah, that started a lot. That started me like, hey, if I love a movie enough, rewatch it. Just go if I can afford it, obviously, go to the movies and rewatch it. And yeah, just a strong female lead, just kicking just bad guys' butt and being strong and figuring out who she is and still embracing her femininity. It's just such a great movie. I love that movie so much. And I'm done.
Yeah, I mean, I really enjoy Wonder Woman. I think one of the amazing things about Wonder Woman is like all the stuff that was going on in the background. Now, I'm not a comic book reader, but I know that there, of course, are very strong DC versus Marvel camps. When it comes to movie success, Marvel has always outpaced DC on like a big level. People hated Batman versus Superman, or they hated who Henry Cavill people were okay with, but Ben Affleck as Batman, people are like, are you kidding?
Ooh,
like
they were not letting that man live.
Right, there was a lot of dislike around that. So when you have a new DC movie coming out with a female lead with a beloved character, because I actually knew who Wonder Woman was beforehand, as opposed to somebody like Green Lantern, like who are you? But like people have a lot of trepidation about like, is this movie gonna suck like all the other movies have sucked? And for it to be a success, and the type of success that it was a big deal. It also had a woman director who was not paid well, and that was publicized quite a bit. I think she got like $250,000 or something for
that's crazy
directing the movie. And it's like, are you kidding? This is one of the only successful DC movies that has come out in recent history. And it's like, even with the amount of success and how good the movie went, there is still this other stuff in the background of like, women still aren't paid fairly, like in real life.
Yeah.
So just a bunch of BS. I really enjoyed the movie. Me and my husband went to go see it together, and I was like, I'm pleasantly surprised, because a Batman versus Superman, and them like, oh, Martha, tell Martha I love her. Shut your ass up. This is so stupid. Okay. So I'm with you on Wonder Woman. Yeah.
Yeah, I loved the best part was it was so good. Like even people like that were, you know, you got people like, we don't like these movies with female leads in them. We don't like these woke movies. Why are we saying that? Don't stop saying that. And even Marvel fans that are like, oh, we hate DC. It was like a collective thing. Like the movie was so good, like nobody could hate on it.
Exactly.
That was the best part. Like it's just too damn good. Like you can't hate on it. Like
exactly.
You really can't. It was that good, and that made it even more spectacular. I was having a great time when that movie came out in theaters. I tell you.
I agree.
Yes.
I agree.
Yes. I'm about to watch that too. All right.
Okay. Cool. Cool beans. All right. So that was your number 2 pick, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this is the moment that you all have been waiting for. Our top number 1 picks. CeCe, you go first. Tell us what made it to the top of your list.
So people that know me already know this, but for those that don't, Kill Bill Volume 1.
Okay. I have seen this.
That is my favorite movie of all time. It has not moved from that spot since after I watched it for the first time. Yeah. How old was I? I think I was, I don't know, maybe 10, 11, maybe younger. I don't know. I was young. I was not a teenager. My mom let me watch this movie. And yeah, 5 minutes into it, I already knew like, oh, this is probably gonna be one of those ones. This is probably gonna be one of those ones that I've just loved forever, and it's not gonna change. And that's exactly what happened. Uma Thurman playing the iconic bride, aka Beatrix Kiddo. Dope name. I love that name so much. Yeah. That was the first movie that I recall seeing a strong female lead in this way. Yeah, getting her vengeance. Fighting for justice.
You love vengeance.
Girl, what? It was already in me, but growing up, I've always, just from personal experiences and things like that, like vengeance has always been my thing. Justice, fighting for good, that's always been my thing, always. And Kill Bill just kind of made it like 20 times worse. That's pretty much what it did. It fed that and gave me like, I want more. But yeah, just the opening scene of, you see this woman in this wedding gown and all bloodied up, and then get shot in the head. Like, golly, like, okay, how are we gonna overcome this? And the way we overcame it, oh boy, I would have never imagined that that's how we would have gotten to the finish line. But yeah, it's just too many iconic things with the wiggle your big toe, right? And her going over the story to wake up her toe, giving the story of Oren Ishii. So we don't like Oren because she obviously played a part in trying to kill her. But even seeing her story was significant. And that's actually one of my favorite scenes of the movie. It's like, she's a part of the Deadly Viper Squad. So we see the bride, aka Beatrix Kiddo, Oren. We get to see her story, and the epic fight that happened with that towards the end. So it's not just you got Uma, or Uma's character, and then you got Oren, and then what was the woman? I forgot her name, but the one with the eye patch doing the iconic whistle song.
Okay.
It's like, wow, we got strong female leads, even ones I hate. This is crazy. How am I supposed to handle this right now? Even seeing them as villains, it's like that. It's still significant. it's like they're still strong, they're still powerful. We just don't like them. But we're not supposed to. And just seeing her journey, the main character's journey from literally being beaten, bruised, bloodied, shot, lost her child, which if you've seen Volume 2, you kind of know what happens with the overall aftermath with that. So this woman has been in a coma, been sexually assaulted. I don't know if I can say that for YouTube, the word that I would naturally say. Raped and beat up and in a coma. Your kid, you think your kid's dead. Like, what? What was that? 4 or 5 years? What she say? 4? Multiple years. And for her to even survive that, it's just like, wow, that's insane. And then the journey of literally getting back on her feet and immediately like, oh no, we're gonna have to go ahead and we're gonna have to clear him out. Yeah. What you mean you killed my child? What you mean I've been in a coma for this long? What you mean you tried to what? Y'all gotta go. And that's exactly what she did. And I loved every second of it. The yellow suit that she wore on her way to, oh man. It's like, I could not, if I put that on my body, I'm not pulling it off. It's not working.
I'm look like a banana.
It ain't working on my body. But it works on her. But yeah, the journey, and then just like the small moments, like what she wore, the pussy wagon she drove to Vernita Green. That's the first thing she drove up there. Pop, like what? That particular scene, like that was the first fight scene. I was just like, oh my god, a black woman and a white woman. I don't like that the black woman getting beat up, but she was bad and she was trying to kill her, so we don't like that. Right. And just seeing them really go at it in the way that they did was unlike anything I'd personally seen in that way. And just from beginning literally to the end, great movie, great story overall, but definitely very strong female leads, good, bad, happy, sad, mad, glad they in there. And it's just a fun adventure, and definitely feeds my vengeful spirit. So yeah. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, I've only seen Kill Bill Volume 1 maybe twice, and it's been a minute. So, I may need to revisit it, but I totally see why it's completely up your alley. Yes, the story is primarily about women and features women prominently, but it is still Tarantino, which means that it's full.
Right.
It's full of his, his type of things in movies. So, I remember enjoying it, and I mean, the man is the real villain at the end of the day, like in the truest sense of the word. But yeah, I think it's an excellent story of revenge, and it also highlighted something that is nightmare fuel, which her being in the coma and not and one of the nurses making money off of essentially selling her. It's like
gave him a tub of Vaseline,
girl,
sir.
Nightmare fuel. Nightmare
what
fuel. Women can't even be in comas in peace. Like, that's
right.
What the heck?
Sometimes you can't even be dead in peace.
Exactly. That's true. Y'all look it up. There's news articles. Okay. That's true. Your funeral homes don't be wanting to hire men these days. There's a reason. There's a reason for that.
Sucks.
Terrible. Oh, jeez. Okay. Kill Bill. That's an excellent pick. Excellent. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So here, my number one, I have mentioned this before multiple times, Waiting to Exhale from 1995.
All right.
Yeah.
We talked about this on the last one we did, right?
Yeah, we did. And of course there's some revenge in there as well. Iconic car fire scene with Angela Bassett. But yeah, the movie started out as a novel written by the iconic Terry McMillan. So we have a story that a black woman wrote that, was turned into a movie. I feel like the movie is really foundational. It's very interesting because years and years ago, I rewatched what's the show about black college? I can't think of it. Do you know what I'm talking about? Hillman
A
College.
show?
Yes,
I
different
don't
world.
know.
A
Oh
different world.
God, I am not familiar.
So
I'm
a
not.
different world was a spin-off of the Cosby Show when one of their daughters went off to college.
Oh, okay,
And
okay.
later on took on a life of its own and kind of got further away from the Cosby Association, but it became like a really big deal in the black community because it featured black people in college, and there are a lot of people from like the 90s that are like, I wouldn't have even gone to college if I hadn't witnessed college life, on TV. So it's a big part of the black zeitgeist and everything. But in the later seasons of that show, they had almost a whole episode around this book, Waiting to Exhale, and having conversations about relationships between men and women because the focus of the story was on the women and how they were experiencing dating. And so we have these four black women. They are four very different journeys. And we have their age diverse. One of them has a child that's about to graduate from high school. The other one is married and going through a divorce. One of them is really young and just kind of having fun, even though she wants a commitment. So they're age diverse, they're size diverse. At the end of the day, they're all kind of looking for love in their own different way. But the real love story isn't about romance per se, but it really is about their friendship and how they are connected to each other, dealing with all of the other stuff they have going on in their lives. And so it has four black women who are fully realized. They are messy, they are vulnerable. Many of them are career driven and educated. They are heartbroken. They're judgmental towards each other, but they're also very supportive. And they get to be complex characters, which I think is so important. And so one of the things that Loretta Devine said fairly recently in an interview was that she felt like Waiting to Exhale was a precursor for shows like Sex in the City and Girlfriends that shows like these four strong, female characters. And I was like, I think that is really special. And also, I like that the only woman who gets her romantic, happily ever after is Gloria, who's played by Loretta Devine. And she is the oldest of the ladies. She is darker skinned. She has a full figure. And I think it's kind of low-key revolutionary for that type of character to get their happy ending. Similar to how I was talking about Effie in Dreamgirls, that it's like we have these rules about who gets to be happy and who gets to have their happy ending. And I love a story that kind of subverts those expectations. So this is a very special movie to me, and I watch it multiple times a year.
I haven't seen that one personally. I don't think I have, but I just while you were
I
talking
hope I
about
didn't
it, I added
spoil
it to my
anything
list.
for you.
No, you're good.
Okay.
I'm terrible with names anyways.
Okay.
So while I'm watching it, it's gonna be all new for me. But yeah,
Okay.
I just added that to my watch list.
Yes, you should for sure watch it. I reviewed it with a woman named Andrea back in the first season of Sub Media Review. I don't know if she still is, but she was some type of director of the Seattle International Film Festival. And so she had like a film background. And she talked a lot about the camera work and other things that, like, to me, I don't necessarily focus on or think about. So it was a really good review. If any of you who are listening want to check it out. But it's a fantastic story, very rewatchable. We get to see Whitney Houston as an actress who she's actually very good, along with some of our favorites like Angela Bassett and Loretta Devine. And
Goat.
There's an iconic scene, the one that I was talking about with Revenge. One of the ladies, Angela Bassett, has a husband who is leaving her. and she is taking all of his stuff out of the closet and burning it. So
Ooh, I like that.
it's very iconic. It's so iconic. That what's her name? What's her Tiana Taylor did a version of it when she was on SNL. It's like
On SNL?
like a skit like that they did when she was on Saturday Night Live, and so she did a reenactment of it.
I didn't. I saw it was one skit where she was acting like a man, but I don't think that can't be what you're referring to.
No,
That was crazy.
You have to watch the movie. You'll know for sure what I'm talking about. To know the reference. Yeah. It's very good.
It never underestimate the power of, like, in general, for anyone watching, of being or feeling seen and heard in media and film. Yeah, it's a very powerful thing.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, very powerful. Don't be gaslit into thinking that it shouldn't happen. Woke this and woke stop. This, for example. Yeah, is this my favorite movie ever? No, but I'm glad that this happened. I'm glad that Holly she has a great voice. I've been following her and her sister for years before this was even a thing. Mm-hmm. Like, it no matter like who you are, what you're into, is good to feel to be seen and heard and represented in media. Period. Why would it exist? Otherwise, it wouldn't even exist.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Yeah.
And that's a movie me and my sisters went to together, and I was like, yeah, we're gonna watch this together. And it was just so, I was like, the little black girl in me is cheering.
Yes, I'm cheesing. I'm like, how people hating on this right now? You could not hear her voice. And like, nah, come on now, let's be real. Yeah.
Exactly. All right, cool, y'all. Well, this is such a great and fun conversation. I love how different our lists were, but there were like some overlapping themes. Like we didn't have any movies that overlapped, but we heard themes about autonomy, friendship, resilience, women choosing themselves, revenge, all that good stuff. So, CeCe, I can imagine that it was kind of rough narrowing it down. Do you have any honorable mentions that you want to bring up? Things that didn't make the list, but you're like, you know what? I wish I could have added them.
There's a few really. There was 3 that I had three I have listed here. I have Hannah. That's an action movie with Saoirse Ronan and Cate Blanchett, Eric Bana. I love that movie so much. The Heat. That's a comedy film with Sandra Bullock and Melissa McCarthy.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
I love that movie. And then Beauty Shop, which we talked about on the last one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So those were the 3. I was like, which one? They just kind of swimming in there. Which ones? So, yeah, those are my honorable mentions that I can think of right now. There's probably going to be several more after this. Oh, my God. What was I thinking? That's where I'm at right now.
Yeah, no, I totally hear you. It's very interesting. Like, your honorable mentions are still very different from mine. No overlap still.
Yeah.
So I have 5 honorable mentions, and it was very tough for me to like narrow it down. I got to top 6, and then I was just like, no, like I need an extra one. But I kept to the top 5 rule. Princess Diaries. Like, I freaking love Princess Diaries. It came out when I was maybe like 14 or something like that. To me, it is Anne Hathaway's only good performance. But yes. I feel like she did her best acting here. But it was produced by Whitney Houston. I've done a review on it before. I just love the movie. I love the way the movie feels. I love exploring like that teen angst and trying to meet a new part of your family, discovering that you're a princess and making a decision about whether or not you want to abdicate your role or to be a princess. It's like a twist on like the Disney princess idea that like, oh, you're born into being a princess versus, oh, I'm 15 years old and I'm finding out that I'm a princess and I have a grandma that I don't know about, and there's drama there. So yeah, it's very different. I even read the book, which is even quite different from the movie, but love that movie. Also The Color Purple, like very very woman-centered book written by Alice Walker, Whoopi Goldberg and Oprah Winfrey, non-conventionally attractive women who are centered in this book and their own liberation in the 30s, 40s, and all of that. It's very important, but I didn't put it in my top 5 because over time, movies that have like a lot of trauma or struggle are like harder to watch for me. So it's like Color Purple that has a lot of trauma and struggle. A lot of trauma and struggle in there.
Elements in there like with Kill Bill or Wonder Woman or Mad Max. I need some violence against the oppressors up in that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Otherwise, like, I'm good.
I hear you. Yeah, and The Color Purple, it's more like we're taking the high road. Except for Oprah. Oprah was beating Harpo up.
That was great.
She wasn't having
that. That was great.
Also, The Joy Luck Club. I don't know if you've ever seen this movie. I don't think you probably would have heard of it. I barely heard of it. The Joy Luck Club. It is one of the only, if not the only, movie that I know of from that era. It came out in the 90s, I think, that featured Asian women prominently. And it tells the story, I think, of 3 Asian women and them learning about their mothers' stories. It is such a beautiful, beautiful story. And again, one of the only ones that I saw of Asian women. And I think you should check it out. It's fantastic, but it's like a wonderful story, and I really enjoy it. I'm only seen it maybe twice, I think, but it was so good. And I need to revisit it myself. Also, Bring It On.
Oh,
I love this movie.
Yes.
And there's cheerleading, which is always fun, but this was my first time being introduced to Gabrielle Union. Then we have the young ladies from Black who are also on the Black cheer
Does that
squad.
woman age?
Apparently not.
And then we have that.
Yes. We have Kristen Dunst, who, I knew from as a childhood actress and seeing her grow up on screen. And we have themes about appropriation and, things along those lines. And it's like, what's not to like? Now, the sequels, we won't get into, but the original Bring It On.
I like All or Nothing. That was just hilarious. The one with Hayden Panettiere and Solange Knowles. Yes!
Oh my gosh. May she never live that down.
Like, girl, what? We knew it was bad then, and the internet definitely knows it now. It's still being resurfaced.
Exactly. I feel like every 12-ish months, it's back. It's back.
Yeah.
I mean, it is.
Like, what?
So bad.
We got Solange Knowles, and Rihanna was in there too. That was my favorite
That's
part.
true. That's true.
Yeah. I think that was that the first, I don't know if that's the first I heard, but that's when I saw Rihanna, like, oh, I like these tracks. These are nice. And then Rihanna,
yep.
Crazy.
Yep.
Crazy.
Rihanna blew up. Okay, last honorable mention. Cheetah Girls 2.
Ooh, you've mentioned this before. Your love for Cheetah Girls.
I love Cheetah Girls. Hence the head wrap.
Yeah.
Did you know the Cheetah Girls actually wore leopard print? This is leopard print.
Wait, Cheetah Girls is actually leopard print?
Yes.
Get out. I did not clock that.
Me and two of my sisters actually reviewed the first Cheetah Girls movie. And fortunately, this year is the year that Cheetah Girls 2 turns 20 years old. So I'm going to see if I can get my sisters to come back and review it with me later this year. But I love Cheetah Girls 2. It took the basis from Cheetah Girls 1 and they turned it up. The production was better. The music was better. The drama was better. They were in Barcelona. It's colorful. There's drama. It's amazing and I really love it. And I was 15 or 16 years old, around the same age as the Cheetah Girls
Oh yeah,
when it came out. So it was a big deal and I freaking love it. I just didn't want two kind of musicals on my list, so that's about it. Sense. But yeah, those are my honorable mentions. This is a really fun list to put together. And of course, I want to say a huge thank you to CeCe for joining me today. Make sure y'all check out her channel. The link is going to be below in the description. CeCe, do you have any final thoughts you want to share with us or let people know where they can find you?
Yeah, just female power, okay? Be strong out here. All right?
Heck yeah.
Don't let them get you down. We got this. I have, do movie reactions, full-length movie reactions on my channel, at CeCe Clemons on YouTube. I'm in the works of doing Predator Badlands. That's what I'm working on next, so I'll have that up once it's ready.
I actually saw that.
Yeah, I loved it. Well, I've already seen it before, but yeah. So that's the one I'm working on next. So be on the lookout for that. My last one is Weapons, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Weapons movie reaction. So if you're into that, it's on there. And that is it. Thank you so much for having me here. This was a lot of fun to talk about movies that I'm already drawn to and already love. So this was a great time.
Yeah, for sure. I'm really glad that you could join me. This was nice and interesting to hear just from a different perspective. Yes, we are both women, but we have two totally different, lists that we're like, these are our favorites, and all of them are valid. I still have to check out the ones on your list. So
my problem is I like violence. That's my problem. All the Coraline is a little different, but all of them, they have their share of violence. In there.
I can see that.
That's my thing.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Okay. Okay, cool. All right, y'all. Well, we want to hear from you now. Tell us your top 5 woman-led films. Drop them below in the comments or hit us up on social media. We're on YouTube, Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook, and TikTok. Also, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you don't miss the next top 5 episode or our podcast episodes. Next week, I'll be reviewing Mean Girls with my sisters. And in 2 weeks, I'll be joined by a couple of special guests as we count down our top 5 favorite sports movies. Thank you all so much for watching and listening. And as always, peace out.